We're a Little Fish Brewing Company in Athens, Ohio, and we are brewing Eric Carman's award-winning Vienna lager recipe, which won the Best of Show in the Athens homebrew competition, and we also chose it as our favorite beer on the table.
It's an exciting moment. I have only visited breweries and brew tours. I've never seen it actually working. So this is a tremendous kick for me.
Lagers are a thing of beauty and subtlety when they're done well. And it's not a beer that particularly stands out to people when they're getting started drinking craft beer. Once you realize the craftsmanship that goes into them, how hard they are to brew.
Lagers tend to be a cleaner taste. It'll have a malty taste to it, and because of the special yeast we're using, it'll have very little, if any, yeast taste to it.
This is our second lager here. We're going to do 3 in a series. Hopefully we'll have an Oktoberfest type celebration here in October with all the lagers on draft.
I retired 11 years ago from teaching. I taught chemistry, physics, and biology, which is a lot of brewing. I started brewing 2.5 years ago, very, very heavy.
We have a 10-barrel system, so it ends up being about 20 standard kegs, 300 gallons.
We start with a malt, which is a grain that has been partially germinated, which helps activate some of the chemicals in the grain. That's called malt. We are going to then use warm and hot water to dissolve some of the chemicals in the grain to convert starch to sugar. And sugar is the magic in brewing because that's what yeast uses. It takes sugar and converts it to alcohol.
There's only ale yeast and lager yeast. Lager yeasts are typically fermented cool or cold, and the yeast flavors are more suppressed. So you're really tasting the malts, the hops, the specific craftsmanship of the brew. We'll have his beer on draft here. When it comes out, we'll have a little event, you know, and Eric will come down and we'll celebrate his beer, which will be very fun, I think, for him.
I want to thank Sean White and his intern Wolfgang for doing this. I can't believe that, you know, you get a little home brewer makes a decent beer, or he wins a contest, the next thing I know, these guys are like working and going to brew this beer. This is just incredible. I can't thank Little Fish enough.
The only other thing I'd like to add is to thank Eric for coming in and sharing his wonderful recipe with us. And we're having a fun time learning about decoctions, which I've never done a decoction on a commercial system. It's presented some challenging times already, but it's fun, and everything's worked out really well. So I'm just really excited to drink the beer. That's what in the end, I hope that we do his wonderful beer justice, and I can't wait to sit down and drink a refreshing pint of it as the cool weather sets in. Introducing Karman-Fest Vienna lager from Eric Carman and Little Fish Brewing Company. Cheers.